Hey guys, it's Aaron Farmer with MySugarFreeJourney.com, and we just finished day 3 of our 28-day challenge. And so this is just a quick recap of some of the things that we discussed last night. Today, what we're going to talk about is why is losing weight important. Obese people spend twice as much on healthcare as people of a healthy weight over the course of their life. Obese people have more difficulty in getting married, or dating, or fertility. Obese people tend to be poorer, and even in high-paying jobs, obese people will earn less than their peers. So there's a definite economic impact on obesity that we've been able to measure. And it's even worse for children. Obese children have a harder time making friends. They're often targets of bullying. They show higher levels of self-harm, self-hatred, low self-esteem, shame, loneliness. And when kids, there was an experiment that they did where kids were shown other kids with disabilities, with learning impairments, and obesity, and they asked the kids who they would rather play with, and kids were more likely or wanted to play more with kids with physical disabilities or learning disabilities than they would with the kids that were obese. So it's a real issue with our obese children. Because of things like this, the obese usually embark on frustrating cycles of yo-yo dieting and exercise programs that show almost no improvement to their weight or overall health, because it doesn't work. It can't work. Diet and exercise are not long-term solutions for weight loss, and you've probably experienced this, where you've gone on a diet, usually around January 1st, some big exercise program, you stuck with it for a little while, the weight started to come off, but then you plateaued, and then nothing. And so you got frustrated, you went back to eating like you used to eat, went back to exercising like you used to exercise, or not at all, and all the weight came back, and that's a very, very common theme. We've all seen celebrities do this. They lose weight and then gain the weight back after a few years. I mean, of course, the prime example of this is Oprah. That poor girl's probably lost and gained 1,000 pounds over the course of her life, or if not more. And we've all watched shows like The Biggest Loser, where people nearly kill themselves to lose weight. And literally nearly kill themselves. I mean, some of the reports that come out of that show are just, curl your toes. And we're just now seeing the ugly truth that the weight doesn't stay off long term. The New York Post has done 2 articles in the last couple weeks detailing that they followed after the people in season 8. And people in season 8, almost all of them to a man, have gained that weight back because that rapid weight loss and heavy exercise, number one, you can't keep it up after you leave the show, but number 2, it just wrecks your metabolism if you try to lose weight like that, and your body will fight to put that weight back on. You can put yourself in an environment where your diet is strictly regulated, like The Biggest Loser reality TV show, or a fat camp, or something like that, or if you're rich and you can afford round-the-clock personal trainers, a personal dietitian, a personal chef to control your food intake, you could probably lose weight by restricting your diet. But the rest of us live in the real world. We don't have access to those things. We don't have access to a personal chef. Sure would love to have a personal chef, but we all have to kind of cook our own food. And so if you try to lose weight that way, you're just going to continue on a cycle of up and down weight loss again and again and again. You're going to get frustrated. And one of the things we talked about in the room last night was that men tend to lose weight faster than women, and that's true. But one of the reasons why we think that that's true is because women do more cycles of dieting and starving themselves and exercise programs and stuff like that. So they do more cycles of the yo-yo dieting, and so they wreck their metabolism more by the time they reach middle age or something. So the good news is your metabolism can be fixed. It can be fixed with a good diet, eating whole foods, not eating sugars, not eating carbs, and you can fix that and lose weight naturally. So the problem isn't the initial weight loss. It's keeping the weight off for a meaningful amount of time. So yeah, you diet and restrict your calories and you'll lose weight for a little while, which is great if you just need to lose 10 pounds for a high school reunion. But if you're looking for long-term weight loss, that's just not the way to go. On average, any weight you lose will be gained back within 6 months, and when you use calorie restriction and vigorous exercise to lose it. The weight gain epidemic is not limited to America. We're now seeing significant weight gains in cultures all over the world. In fact, I was just listening to a doctor last night who spent some time with Doctors Without Borders in Africa. He said it's not uncommon at all to see an obese woman with a malnourished infant in her arms, and it's because we've exported so many grains, and we've exported, Coca-Cola and McDonald's, and so we've made these African women fat by giving them all these carbs, but then the food that we give them doesn't have the nutritional density necessary to have healthy breast milk. So you've got these obese women with these malnourished infants, and it's caused by the same thing. Both the fat women and the dangerously thin children is caused by the same type of diet. So what's happened to make this happen? A global increase in fast food, processed food, and the addition of high fructose corn syrup and fillers to everything we eat. Another problem is lack of access to healthy foods. If you are affluent, or even comfortably middle class, chances are you live within a short driving distance of a supermarket with fresh produce, high quality meats, and organic food choices. It's amazing where I live. I actually live within about a 5-minute driving distance of about 5 or 6 different Walmarts. If you can believe that, it's just crazy how many Walmarts I have access to. And that's just Walmart. That's not talking, all the Tom Thumb and Kroger's and everything that are around here. So, there's plenty of places I can go shopping for fresh food. However, if you live in some of the poorest areas of America, there's a high probability that you live in a food desert with very little access to high quality foods. But I guarantee you that there is a McDonald's within walking distance that you can get to, which makes the problems even worse. And even if you have access to good food, you might not have the time or the ability to prepare it. If you have to work late, you have hungry kids at home, it's often easier to pick up a pizza or hamburgers on the way home than to take the necessary time to cook something healthy for the family. And then the whole family gets a little fatter, especially if you're a single mother, you've got kids, they have to eat, you're trying to work to support them. It's just easier to spend $10 on hamburgers than it is to come home and actually cook a meal for them. So I get it. There's a lot of different reasons why the obesity epidemic is so prevalent, but some of these, a lot of these problems can be fixed, and we'll kind of discuss that as we go through the program. So appreciate you watching. So this was day 3 of our 28-day challenge. If you're watching this on your computer, down in the info box below the video, there is a link over to the website, so you can get more information about the 28-day challenge, and we'd love to see you over there. Or if you're watching this on your phone, up in the top right-hand corner, there's a little circle with an eye in it. Click that, and it'll take you over to the same post. I appreciate you watching, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.